Step into the Incense and Whiskey sanctuary with mindfulness enthusiasts and verified whiskey lovers, Mecca and Ashley, as they discuss all the random topics they love, from mindfulness to memes. This is Ashley.
And this is Mecca.
Okay. Ever heard of a bee's knees?
I have heard of bee's knees. I feel like it has something to do with honey.
Okay, fair. Bees, honey,
Okay.
that makes sense. Yes. So today I'm going to walk you through how to make a bourbon bee's knees. The ingredients you'll need for this are 1 1/2 ounce of bourbon.
Any type of bourbon?
Any bourbon of your choice.
Okay.
3/4 ounces of lemon juice, 1/2 ounce of honey, and 6 ounces of peach tea.
Peach tea.
Yes, this is kind of like a very southern feeling type of drink. So in order for you to put this together, get your ingredients, put all of them into a shaker with ice, shake it up, strain into a chilled cocktail glass, and feel free to garnish with a lemon twist. This is a very simple, straightforward cocktail.
But what about that peach tea? Am I making the peach tea from?
Listen, don't make it hard on yourself. Go pick up some peach tea at the store. Let's not make it too complicated. This was supposed to be a very simple. You probably have all these things in your house already. Don't be trying to make it difficult and be straining some peach and muddling all of that. Not necessary.
All right, don't get extras.
Pick it up.
Yeah.
Pour it out.
Okay. So peach tea, honey, lemon juice, bourbon. All right, this sounds good. I like this. That sounds like a nice summer drink.
Yes, old school, sitting on the porch, got your bourbon, bees knees kind of drink.
I love it. I can dig that.
All right, so we all know how it goes. Along with your whiskey, you get a chronicle. So let me tell you this story, Mecca, and you can tell me what you think could have happened in an alternate scenario. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So me and some homegirls, this is based on a true story, y'all. Maybe there will be some hyperbole, a little bit of embellishment, but, pretty accurate. So me and some homegirls a few years ago were out in South America. We did a nice little trip out to South America. We hit up Argentina, Colombia, Chile, and Venezuela.
Okay.
It was, not Venezuela, Peru. Girl, can you imagine if I had gone to Venezuela? No, it was Peru. And
y'all was really doing it.
We were doing the most if we were in Venezuela.
Yeah.
But we were at a club in Argentina, actually. And I speak no Spanish. Fortunately, one of my homegirls is fluent in Spanish. Shout out to her. Growing up in Miami, she grew up fluent in Spanish.
Okay.
And we were like having a good time, having drinks, dancing, enjoying the vibe. I think clubs are universal everywhere, right? Like, particularly during this time, I think like EDM was really hot, so everybody was playing EDM. It was interesting. I do remember we went to the bathroom, and I was pretty drunk, and this girl tried to yank me back from the bathroom stall, and she was like saying something to me in Spanish because I can't speak.
Was she trying to do some human trafficking with you?
Yo, I don't know what she was trying to do, but she kept saying the same words over and over. Later, my friend told me that the girl was trying to tell me I cut the line.
You cut the stall. Up, Ashley.
Listen, I'm assure you I did not cut the line, but I guess homegirl was convinced that I did. So my friend had to pull her off me. She was like, yo, I don't know what you're trying to do right now, but let her use the bathroom. So I ran out there with the quickness. So no, we were not being trafficked at that time. But we went outside, and there was this group of guys that one of our other friends decided to start chatting up. And the next thing I know, people were saying things like, yo, these guys want to take us on sailing tomorrow. They want to take us on a boat. Let's go to Uruguay for the day. And I was like, what? I don't know. I'm not that drunk, y'all. Like, we not agreeing to get on nobody's boat. We're not going to Uruguay. I'm not trying to be sold into the sex trade. And listen, we got out there with the quickness. It was just like, okay, we are potentially being chatted up to be sold into I don't know what industry.
Right.
Time to go. Club night's over. And that's a true story, y'all, for the most part. Actually, all of that's true. 100% true.
Mecca. We have had some stories.
Wow. What could have happened though? Like, rewind. What is your alternative version?
You guys could have got on the boat, had the trip, and the gentleman would have had some friends waiting on you at a nearby island.
Okay.
And those friends would have been like the friends that were waiting on you and waiting for how many friends did you guys have? Was it 3 of you guys?
There were 3 of us, 3 women.
Yeah, so it was 3 of you guys. Okay.
Oh shoot, y'all, she about to come out with something.
No. I was sitting here thinking, okay, so if it was 3 of you guys, he come and pick you guys up. Then he takes you over to an island that's not far away. And he was like, oh, I have some friends that want to party too. And you guys are like, what? I don't know if I really want to party. But then once you get there, you get to the alternate place, and the party are 3 people that you in a million years didn't think was going to be there, right?
Okay. I kind of like where this is going. Are these like millionaires I would never think I would meet, or nah? No. Who are these people, Mecca, that we're meeting?
So Tupac has arrived. Tupac is there. So nobody has to wonder if Tupac was alive or not, because he actually is alive, but he was there. Then we would also have let's see.
Hey, you just said Tupac was alive. It shows up at this party.
Well, it's not really a party. It's the guy is basically a concierge to the other 3 guys.
Yo, is this some Jeffrey Epstein stuff? I don't see Tupac being involved in that.
This isn't anything bad. This is this guy that's like, he's hanging out. He's kind of like the concierge to these other guys. So you have in the building, you have like Tupac there. You have Mark Zuckerberg over there chilling out. You also have, and mind you, this was years ago. This was while everyone was single.
Okay. That's true. Everyone was single at the time.
All right. So you have him. And then for some reason, I don't know why, but Jay Shetty just came up in my head.
What? Jay?
So, I know. Relax. So all 3 guys, for some reason, they're all having this conversation, and there's nothing bad happening. The guy that brought you guys over is just kind of like their concierge, like, hey, we really want to have some fun, and fun in a way that we just want to have some more communication with other people besides us 3. All 3 of them are very interesting. They all have a lot to talk about. All 3 of them. Yeah. But it would be nice to like, hey, bring in more people so we can have kind of like a round table. I say round table, but we're on the beach. Yeah. So you guys just happen to be the lucky ones. Get over there, and this whole like Tupac, Jay Shetty, Mark Zuckerberg. I don't know how I came up with those.
Mark Zuckerberg is here too. So basically, what you're saying is these guys from Uruguay were like, "Hold on, y'all Americans, you want to hang out and party? We found these 3 American women. We're gonna have this we're gonna bring y'all together and have this round table, chop it up, hanging out session."
Yeah, just talk about world topics, whatever. There's nothing really on the agenda. It's almost like Rocco's dinner party. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but Rocco's dinner party was, he would invite all his friends in, and it would be anywhere from Martha Stewart to P. Diddy to like Kim, anybody that just a variety of people, and everybody would just have a conversation about anything and nothing all at the same time. And that's kind of like the same way. You never know who's going to show up, but you guys are going to have a great conversation. And I feel like, I don't know, that just came to top of my mind. That's what came up.
Y'all, in the depths of Mecca's imagination exists Tupac, Mark Zuckerberg, and Jay Shetty chilling in Uruguay, ready to hang out, y'all. That was Mecca's imagination. It's wild, y'all. I appreciate it.
All right, signing off on this evening's Whiskey Chronicle. I love it. Absolutely love it. That whiskey, Bourbon's Knees, can be found on our Instagram page, Incense and Whiskey on Instagram. All the full instructions are on there if you want to give it a try, and send us a pic and hashtag Incense and Whiskey. Thank you guys.
Do it.
Ashley, have you ever heard of womb steaming?
I have not. In all honesty, I've heard of vaginal steaming.
This is okay. Okay, what do you know about it?
I know that vaginal steaming came on the scene a few years ago. I'm sure I know that it has some ancient history. It's an ancient practice. But I know a few years ago came back on the scene. Excuse my slip. Gwyneth Paltrow brought it back into a mainstream conversation, from what I understand. And actually, what I really found out about was from the Braxton sisters, Braxton Family Values. They actually went to go have this done, but they went to a spa salon situation and had some steaming done, or vaginal steaming. Mm-hmm. I have myself purchased herbs and tried it at home with a little home kit.
Herbs, and where'd you get them?
I bought them from a website. It was a legit herbalist. I cannot think of the brand, but they were specifically designed for vaginal steaming, from what I remember. And I did use the herbs with some hot water, put on a long maxi dress, and squatted over a bowl.
And what was your goal when you were steaming?
My goal was to understand what the sensation was that you would experience. I read that this is really good to do before and after your menstrual cycle, and that it could help with cramps, I think. But my goal was to understand what it felt like. And to be honest, it felt very comforting and soothing from like the inside out. That's how I felt. And I'll stop there.
Okay. Well, I mean, V-steams, womb steams, vaginal steams, they kind of all go into the same like wheelhouse as far as a name. I mean, it started like in Africa, women in Central America, South America, and Asia all practice this. And it's twofold. So yes, Gwyneth Paltrow mentioned it in her magazine or whatever, but because she's learning of all these new alternative medicines, none of this stuff is new. So she did. Right. I'm going to even say she brought it out because she mentioned it and she's mainstream. Right. So you have some people use the V-steams as a way of a cleanliness to them. You know, women are back in the day used to do dish, which was they would, you know, have a syringe of water that would go to a flow, water or vinegar that would go to flow inside their vaginal walls, and then dirt or, you know, particles of a menstrual cycle may come out. So that was a way of like cleaning yourself. I'm doing an air quote, cleaning of yourself. And then you look also, there's a way of using certain herbs like mudwort and lavender and basil and peppermint. You know, when you find out the properties of these types of herbs, if infertility. So a lot of women would use these specific herbs for a specific goal for their vaginal steaming. So maybe there was some health element that they wanted to help rid themselves of. So, you know, you can read, oh, drink this tea, drink that tea. You can also create that same regimen in a tea in a steam. So if it's telling you to mix mudwort and lavender and dandelion, and basil and peppermint and make this tea because it's going to help you well again, make you well. The same way you would drink it in a tea, like from your mouth, you can also create it in a steam bath. And I can kind of go over what an actual steaming looks like. So that's one way, right? But then you have, there's not a lot of people, one person in particular that I've learned a lot from is Jaguar Woman. We're gonna have her on here one day. But the same way people pray and meditate and feel like, okay, I really want to manifest something. I really want to bring something about from the invisible to the visible world. There's a ritual that's done. And for some women, womb steams are used as that ritual. So Jaguar was, and I don't want to go too much in it because I want to make sure I get it right, but she's really good at like reading your aura and figuring out what herbs you as a person need to concentrate on to bring about whatever it is that you're trying to bring about, or heal whatever it is that you're trying to heal. So it's almost like I can give you a recipe, right? So for instance, it's kind of like drop down low and work with your body. Meaning like, let's get the work done with your body. So like, since we've been in this whole quarantine time, her piece, and I believe this, I'm mentioning it because it's just another way of using the womb steam, has been to connect with Mother Earth. And because of what's going on in the world, connect with Mother Earth, listen to her so you can go out and do whatever work or whatever thing that you're supposed to offer to the world, be it big or small. It doesn't mean you're doing some grand scheme. It's just whatever your offering is. And it was your way of having a frequency with Mother Earth, because it's believed that your womb is like a portal, right? It's a portal to life. Women bring life into this world with their bodies. So the same way we bring life into the world, we can help make the world better. Our energy and intention is stronger than any being in this world. So through the womb, we have a lot of power. So with the womb steaming, it's just like the plant medicine is working with our own biological body and our womb to bring about a thing. I say a thing because I don't want to say one thing that you want to bring about. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of like what womb steaming is in a nutshell from what I've learned. There's so much more to it. I'm only kind of giving a snippet of it, but there's a lot more to it. And I think in the next couple of segments, I'll try to see if we can get Jaguar on so she can kind of discuss it as well. But just know that it's a form of meditation as well. It's a form of healing your body from a certain element. And then also, just like you said, it's a comfort level. It feels good. It's like sitting on a hot bowl of soup, but not really. But that's not a good description. I'm sorry, but it was kind of like sitting. You're bringing these warm herbal essence to the insides of your body, and it's
that's exactly
very comforting. It's like a little bit of a hug is how I want to describe it. But yeah, there's so many different reasons, to do a womb steam and so many variations. I think I can even talk about, how you can actually do your own womb steam. I get herbs from this farm in Oregon for my herbs. But yeah, that in a nutshell is a womb steam and how the various reasons you can use it.
May I ask some questions?
Yeah, go ahead.
How often do you or would you recommend someone?
I think following the moon cycle is okay. Every full moon, every new moon, or around that time. You can do it once a month after your menstrual cycle if you feel comfortable doing it after that time. Once a month is okay. It's not something that needs to be done, weekly or anything. The same way people go into prayer, they're like, have a really strong desire to get a certain thing. Maybe you practice this hard work. It's not really considered hard work. Some people may consider it, but you might practice this work for once a month. But yeah, 1 or 2 times a month would be ideal.
Okay. So we've commented extensively on how it feels and the soothing and comforting aspect of it. Are there any other types of benefits like blood circulation? I don't know.
There isn't a lot of proven pieces. You hear a lot of people talk about their vaginal wall may become stronger, the strength of the walls. I can't remember. I don't want to say this, I'm going to say it incorrectly, but some of the benefits could be better sexual experiences. Maybe if you're having really bad cramps during your period, there's certain herbs that you can use to directly help that prior to your period coming on. Mm-hmm. It can also help tighten the vagina area. it can construct that area. That's not something, in my opinion, that lasts for a long period of time. It's almost like for that moment, right? So it's like, oh yeah, it helps with,
oh, sure.
Yeah, it's for that moment. Yeah. So some of the benefits, I mean, and overall, like your state of well-being is as a benefit.
Right. What are your thoughts on using herbal blends versus one particular set of herbs for your feasting session?
What's my using herbal?
Do you have an opinion or a preference for using, let's say you use peppermint combined with lavender versus just lavender on its own?
Oh, I think it's one of those things to teach its own, right? How do you like your tea? Do you like to have ginger with fresh lemon and fresh ginger in it, or you just like to have the ginger tea? So it's really dependent on your own. You have some people that, put all the herbs that we just talked about, and they put a little Himalayan sea salt in it as well. There's nothing about that you're going to be able to like ingest. So it really just depends on the person and what you want to accomplish.
Okay. Can we talk about water temperature? Yeah. How hot is too hot? I feel like we need to let the people know.
So on average, you can use either an electric kettle or, a kettle from your tea kettle, and you would warm the water up. You get it to the point where it's whistling, of course. You have your herbs, speak life into the herbs that you put in there. Maybe you want to use some crystals, put those in the bowl, a really large bowl too, like a salad bowl. And this bowl should specifically be used for your womb steaming.
For this,
you shouldn't be using it for anything else. So you would pour your water in there. You do give it some time to cool off a little bit, the same way you would do a bath, right? You would want a scalding bath and then jump in it. So you give it temperature checks to see what it feels like. And once it's comfortable at an area that you feel comfortable in, remember, you are going to squat down low on the bowl, and you're going to wear either some type of long dress that's going to cover the bowl and your legs, or maybe you put a towel or a blanket over you, because you want to keep the heat inside and keep that steam going. So, I don't have a number for you, Ashley. I would say be smart, and you wouldn't get in scalding water hot bath. So do not get into a scalding water steam, because that's the most sensitive area of your body with a very thin skin. So you want to be very sensitive to that. I would do some temperature checks, as you're prepping the steam bowl.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, just be smart.
All right, you heard it, people. Use your common sense. Try the V-steam and use your common sense. Catch us next time on Incense and Whiskey.
In the meantime, take a breath, have a sip.